We are here at the world's most famous arena, and for one reason only, in my opinion, Barack, right now, this is the biggest heavyweight fight that can be made in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua versus Jarrell Miller.
Absolutely, especially with talks that maybe Wilder's not fighting Fury anymore. This is where you need to be June 1st. Yeah. And we got the guy who's responsible for all of this.
Eddie, how, you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. People were saying, AJ's not going to fight in New York, he's not going to fight in the U.S., and it just happened. How did you make that happen?
Well, I think it's important to be in control of your own destiny. I mean, we saw yesterday with the news, like anything can happen.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
now we're sitting here today going, wow, thank God we know what we're doing. And this event, this venue is iconic with boxing, not just boxing, but heavyweight boxing.
Right.
Marciano against Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali against Frazier 1 and 2, Lewis Holyfield. This is really the mecca of boxing. So, when I look around here and look at the incredible turnout, like, I do this day in, day out. I'm a little bit nervous. Like, I've got butterflies in my stomach about going up there. That's when you know it's a big deal. And, seeing Anthony Joshua at the New York Stock Exchange this morning, that you guys are going to love him. I mean, this guy can fight. He's exciting. He's got blistering hand speed. He's got power. He's got the looks. He's an athlete. And I believe he's going to be a superstar in America. He has to get past Big Baby Miller. A lot of people are saying, oh, this is an easy fight for AJ. You guys know Miller, personally. He's a big dude who can fight. He has quick hands. He has good feet.
Absolutely.
He has a great work rate, great engine. And he's up for this.
Right.
Joshua's coming to his backyard for this fight. There's going to be at least 10,000 Brits in here. But he's also fighting a kid from Brooklyn in New York who's got a chance to make history. This is a big, big fight right now.
That's half the stadium. What are you talking about, 10,000 Brits?
It'll be more than half the stadium.
All right, so one thing I noticed about you is that you're kind of different from Floyd Mayweather era where you don't hide secrets. You basically been talking about this fight for a while. Kind of like giving us, we might go to New York, we might see Miller, and then you actually do it. Let me ask you, when you thought of the fight, was it a struggle? Should we go to New York? Should we do the Barclays? Should we do the Madison Square Garden? Was any of that a struggle at all?
No, we've got a good relationship with the Barclays. That's a great venue, but this place is iconic. This is the dream. I remember coming here to Lewis Holyfield with my dad. I think I was like 19, looking around thinking, this is the place. We were here for Canelo Fielding recently on Dazn, and AJ was here, and he looked around, he was like, wow, this place. It gives you goosebumps, when you think about the history and the fights that took place in that centre circle out there in the arena.
He did say that.
Exactly, and I think that was sort of the one thing. We wanted the undisputed fight, and once we couldn't get that, it was like, do we keep going to the well in the UK? He's done 90,000, 80,000, 90,000, 80,000, over 350,000 tickets sold in 4 fights. But this was the opportunity to come to the States. For Jarrell Miller, the number 2 ranked heavyweight in America, he was the perfect guy. He can fight. We've seen him before on Dazn. Right. He talks the talk. He's a big personality. I like him. I'm glad he's got this shot. But, I just went to see him there, and he just said, oh, here he is, AJ's pimp. He says, he goes, contract signed, go away. I was like, mate, we used to be friends.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So it's war now.
It is. Yeah.
So
it's wartime.
Congratulations on that fight where everybody in New York is excited for it.
Thank you.
All right,
Good stuff.
so that's Eddie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like Barack said, Eddie, he gets it done, and he doesn't hide. No secrets, no big reveals. He's been talking about it, and it happened. I'm excited about it.
And the main thing is what I wanted to ask him, but he actually answered it, is Miller the right candidate? And he said it. He's the number 2 guy. If rankings matter to you guys out there, I don't know. But he's the number 2 guy, and he's a good fighter. He's knocking everybody out.
Come on, let's be honest. I mean, the guy is a real threat. Boxing heads know that this is a real fight.
Right. Well, right now we're going to go to the voice of boxing, Michael Buffer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the greatest venue in the world for sports and entertainment, Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York, USA. I can personally say that for me, it's always a thrill to be here at Madison Square Garden, whether it's presenting a press conference like today or stepping into the ring. In this particular event that we're going to tell you about today, 36 years ago, I stepped into the ring at Madison Square Garden for the very first time, June of 1983, and the main event was the comeback of Roberto Duran fighting Davey Moore, and he captured the light middleweight championship of the world. So in June of 2019, it'll be 36 years for me to the very month. Only this time, I'll step into the ring to introduce the heavyweights, an undefeated challenger, an undefeated champion. This is the legacy and history that makes up Madison Square Garden and the sport of boxing. The heavyweight division has always been the driving force behind boxing. And so that legacy will continue once again, June 1st, 2019, when Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, along with streaming to the United States exclusively on Dazn and to the United Kingdom on Sky Sports Box Office, along with our sponsors, William Hill, StubHub, and JD Sports. It'll be a great night of professional boxing. So let's take a look at what we can expect on June 1st of this year. Let's go to the video.
I talk because it's real. If I believe I'm better than you, I'm saying that because I am.
The minute he slip up, the minute he have a piece of doubt, the minute I smell blood, he's done.
If you're gonna bark, I'm gonna roar.
Oh yeah, heavyweight boxing, Madison Square Garden, a great combination. Let's meet challenger and champion. At this time, let's bring out the challenger. 25 fights, he has 24 victories, including 21 big knockouts with 1 draw. He's 6'3", and comes into the ring at 300 pounds of hand speed, power, foot speed. He is the challenger from Brooklyn, New York, USA, the NABA heavyweight champion, Jarrell Big Baby Miller. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent coming out to the stage. He is a member of the Order of the British Empire, standing 6'6", an Olympic gold medal champion, and in 22 fights, he has 22 victories, 21 wins by knockout. From London, representing all of the United Kingdom, the undefeated WBA, WBO, IBF, IBO heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua. Here they are, challenger and champion, ladies and gentlemen, June 1st of this year. It all goes down, and as you can see, we can expect fireworks at the Garden on that date. The challenger from Brooklyn, 25 fights, 24 victories, 21 by knockout. NABO, NABA heavyweight champion Jarrell Big Baby Miller. The reigning and defending undefeated champion with a perfect professional record of 22 fights, 22 victories, 21 wins by knockout. From London, England, the undefeated champion, AJ Anthony Joshua. Let's have everyone seated at this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Make him leave. Sissy, prima donna, that's what you need to do.
At this time, we'll turn the proceedings over to Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing. Mr. Hearn. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's everyone please be seated.
Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
AJ, away. Come on.
Keep your hands on the table. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
AJ, away.
Touch the table. Keep your hands to yourself. John.
Okay. Away.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone for Matchroom Boxing USA, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Okay. Calm. Firstly, thank you for coming out today. Gentlemen, if you could take your seats, please. Jarrell.
Now, let that punk ass take a seat first. It's my city. I sit down when I feel like it. I'm home. Ain't nobody dictate to me. I told him the minute sign that contract is gonna be rated up. I hold my mouth long enough. I'm freaking home. Remember I told you that. Ain't nobody gonna dictate to me. I starved on these streets, lived on these streets, eat off these streets. He don't come in and tell me I'm the underdog. It's only the beginning. Now I'm gonna take a seat.
Okay, we're going to stay in our seats as I ask everybody to speak. I do ask both fighters, obviously, if you can respect the code of the sport. This is a great sport, and we are in an incredible venue. We are in Madison Square Garden, the greatest fight venue of all time, the iconic home of boxing. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, just some of the heavyweight greats that have graced this amazing place. And on June the 1st, live on Dazn in America, live on Sky Sports in the UK, you see Anthony Joshua, the unified heavyweight world champion, IBF, WBA, WBO, IBO world champion, defend his world titles against Brooklyn's Jarrell Big Baby Miller. It is going to be an incredible event. What we've seen in the last few days is that this fight has grossed double any other boxing event in the history of this venue at the box office. General sale began at 12 p.m. today, and we cannot wait to produce an event for you and for British fight fans that will go down in the history of the sport in a fight that has been brimming for some time, and it's already got a little bit spicier. But we're going to hear from some very important people who made this fight possible. Like I say, we were going to come up to the podium, but we're going to speak in from the seats this time around. When we came to the American market with Dazn, even previously to that, we looked to join up with venue partners that believed in what we were trying to do, who wanted to create a similar atmosphere that we've been created in the UK. 90,000 at Wembley, 80,000 at Wembley, 90,000 at the Millennium Stadium, 80,000 at the Millennium Stadium. Anthony Joshua has sold over 350,000 tickets in his last 4 defenses of his world heavyweight title. Madison Square Garden and Joel Fisher and Sal Federico were the ones who stepped up to the plate and said, we want to bring the #1 heavyweight in the world to our venue. At this time, from your seat, if you're okay, Joe, I'm going to welcome the head of Madison Square Garden, the man who's instrumental to making this deal happen. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Madison Square Garden's Joel Fisher.
Thank you, Eddie. Good afternoon, and welcome everybody to Madison Square Garden. What an exciting day. A little more exciting than I was hoping for right now, but really exciting. The heavyweight championship of the world. This is one of, if not the greatest titles in the world of sports, and once again, that will be decided here at the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden. We could not be more thrilled to officially announce the U.S. and Madison Square Garden debut for world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. We also can't be more than thrilled to welcome in his hometown Jarrell Big Baby Miller to the world's most famous arena. So I want to welcome both of them and look forward to a tremendous night. As you know, and Michael talked about this a little bit, the Garden has a long and distinguished history with the heavyweight division, dating back to 1882, when John L. Sullivan defended his title against Joe Collins back at the original Garden. Ever since, there's been a who's who of heavyweights that have made their way to the famed Garden Ring, including the likes, and this is just a few of them, Jack Dempsey, Max Baer, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, Larry Holmes, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, and of course, Muhammad Ali, just to name a few. And of course, we've hosted many heavyweight championships, including the one and only fight of the century in this very building, in the ring that these guys will be fighting in. So we really can't wait to carry on this heavyweight tradition when we host AJ and Big Baby on June 1st. We're expecting a great night of championship boxing, and we expect many fans, both from Brooklyn, all of New York, as well as the UK, to come here on that night and cheer on their favorites. As Eddie mentioned, general tickets just went on sale. They can be purchased here at the Madison Square Garden box office and also through all Ticketmaster outlets. If the pre-sale, which we set a record for, is any indication, I encourage all fans to purchase their tickets and purchase them very quickly. It's been really tremendous, and I really mean this, working with Eddie and his team, Frank Smith, and the entire Matchroom staff for bringing this thrilling fight to the great fans of New York, the United States, and Madison Square Garden. They've been tremendous to work with. I also want to take a moment to thank John Skipper, Joseph Markowski, and everyone at Dazn, who I'm sure will put on a tremendous promotion. We look forward to working with you guys. Look forward. Lastly, I want to thank the staff here at Madison Square Garden. I have the pleasure of working with them on a daily basis, whether it's Joanne Esposito, William Hanasek, and especially, and one of the people that were really responsible for making this fight, Sal Federico, who just does a great job day in and day out. And then not only dedicated to the great boxing that we have here all at the Garden, but all the sporting events we have here. It's a great team working with Eddie and his staff, and this will be a tremendous and outstanding promotion and an incredible, incredible night. You just saw some of it. We look forward to an incredible event. We look forward to seeing you during Fight Week and on Fight Night on June 1st. Again, thanks for being here. We couldn't be more excited this fight is taking place here at the Mecca of Boxing, Madison Square Garden. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. As you know, the UK has been the home of Anthony Joshua for 22 fights now. It's been an incredible period that's seen him unify the division twice, like we talked about, twice at Wembley Stadium, twice at the Millennium Stadium. And without the support of Sky Sports in the UK, none of it would have been possible. They've continuously backed British boxing for a number of years now and backed Matchroom boxing. And of course, they've backed this move as well, following Anthony Joshua to the States and this big fight against Jarrell Miller. I'd like to welcome, to say a few words, the head of boxing at Sky Sports in the UK, Adam Smith.
Thanks, Eddie. It's been an incredible journey with AJ since he turned pro. Sky will be with him every step of the way. We've also been with Jarrell Miller for the last couple of years as well, and it's been fascinating watching his progress too. Amazing city, New York, one of our favorites, iconic venue, Madison Square Garden. I remember when we came over with Prince Nassim Hamid and that thriller with Kevin Kelly, 7 knockdowns, the Prince taking over New York. Can Anthony Joshua all these years later? We had Lewis Holyfield here, that controversial draw. It's a special place, and it's a special place to come to America, to conquer it as well. As we know, Anthony Joshua is a superstar back in the UK, but we believe that he can become a superstar here as well. There's a man in his way in Jarrell Miller. He's undefeated, he's dangerous. It's his home patch, and I know this is going to be quite a build-up to June the 1st, but we're there every step of the way on Sky Sports and on the night on Sky Sports box office. We're delighted to be involved in this new chapter for Anthony Joshua, and we can't wait to provide all the build-up as ever on Sky, and we hope everybody has a fantastic night back home. There'll be a terrific card all the way up to AJ against Jarrell. And June the 1st will be some weekend back home. For all the people that will be coming over as well, we've seen it with Ricky Hatton, we've seen it with Lennox Lewis, we've seen the Brits who travel, but there'll be many that can't make it. and we'll be delivering all the coverage back to them for this fantastic night of heavyweight boxing. It's another step for AJ, and we're right there with you.
Thank you, Adam. We see a new landscape now with US boxing, with the rise and launch of Dazn. It's been an incredible relationship so far, and already just in a few months we saw the defense of Anthony Joshua against Alexander Povetkin, the signing of Canelo to the platform, Danny Jacobs as well, that incredible fight coming up on May the 4th. Now they bring the #1 heavyweight in the world to the States with Anthony Joshua against Jarrell Miller live on Dazn as well. Some unbelievable action planned in this spring period. Dimitri Bivol against Joe Smith Jr., Tevin Farmer against John O'Carroll, like I said, Canelo against Jacobs, Joshua against Miller, and so much more to be announced in the coming days and weeks for Dazn. A man who's been instrumental in that relationship and moving forward with the boxing and mixed martial arts content on Dazn. Like a round of applause, please, for Joseph Markowski.
Thank you, Eddie, and thank you, Joel, for your hospitality this afternoon. Watching Anthony Joshua fight in the UK is truly one of the most spectacular experiences that I've encountered in sport. The crowd, the fireworks, the noise are all quite remarkable. But like Dazn, AJ has ambitions to be a global superstar. And to do that, that means taking your show on the road, and in this case, across the pond. For the first time in his career, Anthony Joshua will be fighting live and in prime time in the United States. And he's not just fighting in America, he's going right into the hometown of a dangerous top 10 heavyweight in Jarrell Big Baby Miller, a man with as much to say as almost anyone else in the boxing game. And for that reason, today is just the beginning of a fantastic fight promotion. The New York Times, ESPN, Sports Illustrated and others have all invited AJ and Jarrell to their offices this week to discuss the bout. And that's because it's a compelling matchup that's already generating quite a buzz over here stateside. Moreover, it demonstrates Dazn's continued commitment to our mission goal of delivering amazing value to fight fans. By the time that AJ Miller rolls around in June, US boxing fans would have already been asked to slog through several expensive pay-per-view fight nights, more than $200 for 3 fight nights. And for that type of money, you could have Dazn for 2 years and get all of our boxing, all of our MMA, and all of our baseball content on the platform. You can see the momentum that we're building in the names we're signing and the types of fights we're making. AJ's debut in the US, Canelo Alvarez, Daniel Jacobs for the Cinco de Mayo weekends, and there's more to be announced very, very soon indeed. So to both fighters, thank you very much. And to everyone else, thanks for coming this afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you back here at MSG on the 1st of June. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, Joe, Joel and Adam. We're going to move over to Team Miller now. We've been working with Team Miller for a while. Dimitri Salita and Greg Cohen, who have told me for many, many years they have the future world heavyweight champion. And now they get an opportunity for their charge to challenge for the coveted titles. Dimitri, first of all, welcome. A major opportunity for your man, and you firmly believe you will have the world heavyweight champion on June 1st.
Thank you, Eddie. I'd like to thank you, Matchroom, Dazn, Madison Square Garden, putting forward this incredible event. Thanks to the fighters. I want to acknowledge some people in Team Miller, Harry Keith, Jarrell's longtime trainer and mentor, Arellano Sosa, who's been his trainer for the last several years, my co-promoter, Greg Cohen, who's done tremendous work, Alvina Elston, our team publicist, who's the spirit of the team, Jarrell's mother and Jarrell's wife, who are here today, have been with us through this incredible path. I know Jarrell since 2005, and he first fought for me in 2011, a few blocks away from here at Roseland Ballroom. He fought a tough guy from Houston, Texas. Jarrell was still very young, and this guy came to test him. And in that fight, Jarrell showed skill, will, athleticism, all the great ingredients of a champion. And after the fight, of course, he showed his great personality. Now, 8 years later, we're here at Madison Square Garden, and Jarrell is fighting for the heavyweight world title. I think that on June 1st, he's going to follow in the footsteps of Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe, great New York, Brooklyn heavyweights, and he's going to be the unified champion. And like Eddie said, we've been working together for a year and a half now, and we formed a great business relationship and a real friendship. But the true test of our friendship, Eddie, is going to come on June 1st when Jarrell's going to knock out Anthony Joshua. I hope you take my phone calls after that, right?
Greg, a few words from you as well. Been a long journey, been looking for this opportunity for a long time. You believe it's the right time now for Jarrell Miller?
Thank you, Eddie. I'd also like to thank Madison Square Garden, Dazn, Sky Sports, and Matchroom for this unbelievable opportunity for Jarrell. You're talking about a New York kid getting the opportunity to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world at the world's greatest arena and mecca of boxing. It does not get any bigger than this. The good news for me and Team Miller is we have Jarrell. And Jarrell, he is an unbelievable athlete. The man is as strong as an ox. He's got an iron will that cannot be broken. And there is no doubt in my mind that on June 1st, all of us will hear Michael Buffer say those 3 words, and the new. Thank you.
Before we hear from the fighters, let's hear from the training team. Ariana Sosa, we have a number of fighters who work with you as well, and it's great to see you up here getting this opportunity with Jarrell. I know you've worked extremely hard for him. You do an amazing job for boxing in New York. This is a big, big event, and a big event to be involved with. You believe you have the man to produce the goods on June 1st.
First of all, I would like to thank Eddie Hearns, Madison Square Garden, Matchroom, Dazn. Believe it or not, we do have the new heavyweight champion order. Jarrell, on June 1st, he's going to show the world he's here to take over the division. And the way we're going to be working, he is going to take the division. Nobody else is going to be better than Jarrell that day. And he's going to go out there and prove everybody wrong. We're going to beat Tim Miller all the way up.
Thank you, Ariana. I'd like to introduce Anthony Joshua's long-term trainer. Trained with him, obviously, through his amateur days. Silver medal in the World Championship, Olympic gold medal, taking him to the World Championship and Unified Heavyweight World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Rob McCracken, MBE.
No questions, Ed? Yeah, I mean, the fight's on June the 1st, obviously. Obviously, Jarrell's a top contender. You know, he looks like he's ready to fight today, but the fight's a way off. Both fighters have plenty of notice. They can go to training camps. There's no excuses in this fight. We'll sort it out on June the 1st. But Anthony will be in great shape, and he's very determined. He's very confident in coming to America and boxing in front of a great audience. Madison Square Garden's historical in boxing terms, so it doesn't get any bigger than this. He's very excited. And Miller's a tremendous opponent. He's very fired up. He's rated, so you know, you're not coming here to fight a mediocre opponent. Anthony's chose a very tough opponent, but AJ will be ready and he'll deliver on June the 1st, but that's obviously when the fight is.
Okay, let's hear from the fighters, most important people on these tables. As we know, current universally ranked heavyweight, challenging for the Unified Heavyweight World Championship on June the 1st, from Brooklyn, Big Baby Miller.
I was going to let the scallywag go first, because I'm home. I'm ready. You have no idea. I breathe, eat, sleep Anthony Joshua. I got a picture of him as my screensaver, Anthony Joshua. I got a picture on my wall, Anthony Joshua. I wake up in the morning, I think Anthony Joshua. I slept on a floor for 18 years, no bed. Vienna sausage, cinnamon buns, Wonder Bread, Kool-Aid with no motherfucking sugar. I see my mother go through some shit none of y'all really would survive. I see my missus go through some shit with me none of y'all understand. I grew up in a third world country, not just Brooklyn, man. I see my nieces and nephews still starving, don't got no shoes on their feet. This is bigger than boxing, man. This is bigger than boxing. This is bigger than them belts. This is bigger than AJ. This is bigger than me. It's bigger than Madison Square Garden. It's big, man. It's big. This is big. It's huge. It's bigger than money. God did something to me, man. I don't know. For many years, I don't know what he was doing with my life. From hustling in the street, being a knucklehead. I didn't have no idea. All I knew was I had to go to the gym. I didn't see it, but something always drove me, man. I always had this anger and this fire in my stomach, you know. I played football. I even played soccer for one season. But I used to have dreams, man, wake up in cold sweats at 11, 12, 13 years old of if I was in a past life as a warrior or something. Like, man, what am I here for? I must be fighting for something. Man, God got a plan for everybody. Remember that. God got a plan for everybody. And it's bigger, and this is bigger than me. It's bigger than me. AJ just in my way. Yeah, he won the Olympics. They really gave it to him in London. You know, he was getting picked on in his first years in school, went to another school. Supposedly he sold drugs, he sold weed or whatever. That to me is mean he a pothead. And that's all it means to me. People count me the underdog. It's all right, folks. It's good to be the underdog. They count people from the hood and the ghettos the underdogs all the time because we wasn't born with a silver spoon. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I was just born with hands. And I forged with it, and now we're here today. I just want to thank New York City. Hope you guys come out. Thank my mother, thank my wife, my sister, my trainers, my cousin Kevin, Nas, Leon, Jamal, Will, Mike. We from the dirt, man. We from the gutter. Man, you had the roaches, the rats, and the dirt. We was under the dirt. Roaches came before us because they knew where them food was at. I work hard for this. Hard. And remember this, let me tell you something right now. He didn't want this fight first. He wanted the easy money. He wanted Dylan White first. But he's such a cheap-ass mofo, he didn't want to pay Dylan White. When he found they had to pay taxes and all kind of stuff over here, that kind of hurt him. He gotta earn a seat at my table. It's a dog-eat-dog table. This ain't the posh table. Ain't nobody gonna kiss your ass table. It's the gutter table. It's the New York table. It's a different kind of circle table over here. He could be the pretty boy. Cool. He could get $500 facials. Cool. He could do all that. I'm still grounded out. What I've been doing, grounded out, baby. Grounded out. And the more y'all understand what boxing is, and you understand that the core of what a person is, they're gonna understand who I am. All that humble crap and being nice is full of shit. All that fake shit he put it on, that role model shit, he's full of shit. Because boxing is not a humble sport. How do you want me to sit up here and be happy with somebody that could potentially take my life and take me from my son? How is that humble? I gotta go to war, but I gotta smile with it because the networks want it. I can't cuss because the network don't want it. Kiss my ass. The networks wasn't there feeding my parents. The network wasn't there feeding my son. The network wasn't feeding my wife. The network wasn't feeding my mother-in-law. Next one ain't feeding the country in Belize. So I ain't playing by nobody's rules. I'm playing by my rules. I'm playing by the rules the man above gave me. And the quicker y'all understand that, y'all know what kind of man I am. You know what I'm fighting for. We had the Martin Luther King, we had the Rosa Parks. It's different in America, man. They ain't even got guns where he from. They don't got, you don't get metal detectors when you go through high school. It's just different, man. I'm gonna leave it on this note, man. We all gonna die one day. I lost 5 people since this year started. 5. Playing with them on Christmas. I ain't afraid of death. I done had guns in my face 3 times growing up. And I seen it. The only thing that I seen kept me this far is my grandmother. She died when I was 13. That's what keep me going, y'all. That's what keep me going. So what I can say is, man, keep loving your heart. Then don't sell your money. Don't sell your soul for no money. And be real to yourself. Don't play a role. Nigga, ain't nobody sweet over here. You know Eddie Hearn told me what finger you like to use up your ass, motherfucker.
Let's give him a round of applause. Unbelievable acting. Unbelievable talking.
Don't clap.
Something like a Hollywood movie.
Don't clap.
And Ellie had a tear in my eye, big baby.
I know who else had a tear in your eye too, and she watching the TV in UK.
MSG, thank you so much for having me. You know, we've been in the UK, having fun, enjoying what we do now in New York. Number 1, Miller's a little bitch. I'm gonna knock him the fuck out on June 1st. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt. He's an ex-kickboxer, drug abuser, punches like a fairy. Fury knocked him out 7 times, right? He's the softest puncher in the heavyweight division.
Your mom think I'm hit hard though.
Where's your mom? She'd be lucky. I pay her rent now.
Yeah.
I pay her rent now.
Yeah.
I pay her rent.
I would jump on this cross table
pay your mom's
and
rent
knock your
now.
pretty
You should
face
bow
off
to me
right
when
now.
you see me.
Say I'm coming over and slap shit out you.
I'm your landlord.
Say I won't come over and slap shit out you right
I'm
now.
your
If
landlord.
you gangster, say I'm gonna come over and slap
Shut
shit out
the
you right
fuck
now.
up, man.
Say it then.
Shut the
You know
fuck
why?
up.
Because you're a pussy. That's why.
You said, what'd you
say
say?
I won't come over
You
there and
had-
slap
you
fight.
had 2 guns in
And
your head.
mark my word, Eddie can't stop me from
You
coming
had
through
2
him.
guns to your head.
Say I won't. Say I won't come slap shit out you right now.
But Jarrell's
He
not
ain't gonna do
serious.
that. He pussy. He talking about drug abuse. What drug he talking about? We're talking about
You know
son, I
what
was
it
in a
is?
pre-workout. This motherfucker has fucking use exemptions for testosterone, all kind of shit. Like, get out of here. Be like, I've been doing my research on you. Who comes out of Olympics at 220 and go to 240 in a year? Like, get out of here, B. You sound like a dickhead. I know bodybuilders don't even put 20 pounds of muscle on a year. This is cheeseburgers, my nigga. It's cheeseburgers right here.
I can see.
It took me 7 years to put this weight on.
I can see.
Not out of 1 year. Yeah, your mom like a big belly chubby
see.
dude. So stop it, Five.
I'm your
Stop
landlord.
it. You're not gonna talk me. You're
I'm
not
your
gonna punch me. You're not
landlord.
gonna beat
Don't
me.
forget
So
that.
stop it.
I'm
So
your
stop
landlord.
it.
I'm
Stop
coming
it.
here
You a
to collect your
scallywag.
rent.
You fish and chips.
I come
You
in here
roast
to collect your
compollo.
rent.
You crumpets and tea. What you want to talk about? You ain't gonna beat me in jokes. You ain't gonna beat me in talking. Cause you're a role model. You
Yeah.
play a role.
Yeah.
You're Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
It's the difference between real and be playing a role, B. So stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You finished?
Yeah. No, I'm not finished.
Carry on and cheeseburger.
Your mom said she's gonna make Parmesan cheese after I beat you. Please.
Carry
Just
on.
get me 2 pieces. And I'm
That's
gonna
why
take
your
your dad
mom
to
come
play
along
golf
tonight.
after.
Come
Don't
and
worry
see the
about
real
it. Don't
champ.
worry about it, B.
Where is she?
Don't worry about it.
Where
Don't
is
worry
she?
about it. Don't worry
Where
about
is
it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. She thinks you're cute too. Go right
I
ahead.
know she does.
Go right
I
ahead.
know she does.
Go right ahead.
Anyway, as I was saying,
Bitch
I feel
ass.
like Jarrell Miller's a little bitch.
That's what he line he got. I'm a little bitch. That's
I'm
what he line he got.
confident. I'm
That's what line he
confident
got.
that I'll ram my jab down his throat
Yeah.
and I'll knock him out.
Yeah.
For a 300-pound guy, you punch
Fish
like
and
pussy.
chips. No, niggas called throwing punches, set your punches up together.
And the only way I feel Jarrell
Whatever.
can actually win
Whatever.
is just by a lucky punch.
Whatever.
That's all you got.
Whatever. Yo,
That's all I
mama.
really have to say. June 1st. Look forward to it.
Mama so fat and black, she jumped in the water, look at oil spill.
Oh my God. How old is this kid? How old are you? How old are you?
Oh. What you want to say now? Come on, bring it, baby. Let's go.
How old are you?
Let's go. Your mama so ugly, she look in the mirror broke. What you want to talk about, boy?
Okay.
Let's bring it. Let's do it. I told you, all I could do is all day, B. All day.
Verbal, no physical.
Man, whatever, bro. I'll lift you, I'll run you, I'll box you,
Can't
I'll
do
beat you up
shit.
any day. 100
What you
times I'll
done?
beat you up, bro.
Ex-kickboxer,
Any day of the
PED
week.
user that can't
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. Nah, just stop talking
just
shit,
come in
bro.
here. I
Stop
told you I'm
talking
coming
shit,
here to
B.
collect rent.
Stop talking shit.
I'm your
Supposedly
landlord.
he was a drug
Don't forget
dealer,
that.
but he got caught with
I'm
2
not here trying to
ounces of
play no
weed.
gangster role.
Yeah,
I'm not
he was
here
a
trying to play no
pothead.
gangster
He
role.
turned his life around.
No
That's the
chain,
Eddie Hearn
no
story.
sunglasses. I'm not here
Yo,
to
Eddie
try to
Hearn,
play
where's
no
that lube you
gangster
gave
role.
me to use on AJ? Give me the lube. Give me the lube. Pass it. I think he needs to pacify his ass to sleep right now.
I'm not here trying to
I
play
don't know
no
what's wrong
gangster
with
role.
him. I don't know what's wrong
Look
with
at your
you, bro.
hands, size of a
Man,
bitch.
stop it, Fob. Stop it. Stop being something you ain't.
Okay.
You get all the medals you want from the king and queen, the same king and queen ancestors that deprive and depress your own people. Stop it, bro. Stop it. You ain't up here for the people, bro. You're up here for yourself.
Shit,
Stop it, Fob. Stop it. Have that same energy all the time. All the time.
Okay.
Bitch ass.
June the 1st, Unified Heavyweight World Championship at Madison Square Garden. And we're going to open the floor now for questions. Please raise your hands if you have a question for any of the panel up here, please. Thank you. Yes, Nestor.
Good.
Because I'm a prima donna. I get my way all the time.
As I said, just that Jarrell Miller's a bitch, and
Yo,
I'm gonna knock him
mommy.
out. That's all that's going through my mind at the minute. But New York's been good. I've been here 3 or 4 times now. I party in the clubs. I've been to Brooklyn, watched the basketball. It was all good. I have a good time in New York. Thank you.
He was in Park Slope. That's where he was.
Further questions, please. Yes, sir.
What's this? Okay. Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah, I place myself in Brooklyn. Yeah, Gleason's. Thank you, brother.
Next question. Yes, sir.
You put any heavyweight here, cut him in half, he's full of shit.
You gotta
That's
understand.
him.
You gotta
He ain't got
understand
nothing
this,
good to say
bro.
about no
Real
one.
recognized real. He's a
disease.
fraud. He's a
Cut Miller in
fraud.
half. He's a
He's a
disease.
fraud. And I don't like
He
it. I
ain't
don't like
got
what he
nothing
stands for. I don't
good.
like the way he
Any
look.
heavyweight here,
I don't like
talk the
nothing he
same
do.
shit.
I don't like him.
broken record.
I don't like you. I don't like
record.
you, B.
Next question.
Fuck out of here.
None. I swear to Almighty God, none whatsoever.
Nah,
He
Almighty
moves
really.
good.
Yeah, don't even put God Almighty nothing.
With all due respect, right? Like, I ain't gonna say because I'm gonna train, of course. I'm gonna take it serious. But he basically ain't as smart as me anyway. That's it. He ain't as smart as me. I'll knock him out 100%.
Yeah. I never listen to the story. Never been dropped, never been hurt. Professional kickboxer got kicked in the head. None of that bullshit. He's been dropped in scrum multiple times. Been dropped in fights. Done pussied out. Don't want to fight people. He's a made vagina, bro. Look at him. He's a made vagina. He gets facials every day. He's a made vagina boy. He's a fuck boy. We call him fuck boys over here. You know we call him vagina boy.
Language, please. Language.
He's
You
a
have
vagina, B.
one final question before
Come
we
on,
break
man.
for meeting.
No,
Get
carry
outta here.
on. It's
I'll
good.
carry on for the questions. Yes.
It's good. I swear we're in New York right now. Miller, answer some questions. Ask Miller some questions.
Nah, ask him. This is my nigga. I see these dudes every day. I see, hey, they trying to get. I see they come to my crib if they see me in the gym every
I
time.
ain't see nothing you're saying.
I done had a bowl of cereal with his ass the other
saying.
day. He told him, take the mic. You the prom queen. He get mad when people start when people ask questions.
I was just wondering if we're in New York or London right now.
Nah,
Let's hear the question, sir.
Yeah, I told you I'm going to base myself in Brooklyn. That's what I'm going to be.
No, he ain't. Don't believe him. Don't believe him. He wanted Dylan White
Yeah?
first. Don't believe him.
Let's
Next
carry
question.
on. We're not in no rush.
Biggest hypocrite.
Yes, sir.
Brooklyn, what up?
This nigga sound like a fake ass motherfucker. Your fish and tits, crumpets and tea. You want some what
Question
up?
for you, big baby. It's a question for you.
Welcome to Brooklyn. What up, man? Man, you have no idea, man. He
Let's
about
get the
the,
violin
he
out.
about the bread, man. He about the moolah. You know what I mean? Listen, man. Plain and simple, man. If anybody from Brooklyn that came here as an immigrant, they know what it's
A
like.
broken
so
record.
We gotta
Shut
win.
up.
You know what I mean?
Called
Plain and simple.
Big Baby the Parrot.
Yeah.
Let's keep on repeating the same story. We heard it.
Yeah, we
Come
heard it,
from
but
Belize,
we
he's
taught
been
yes, you
struggling.
You had to come over
Roaches
here.
ate before
You got to
him
earn a
'cause they
table on
could
my
find the
seat.
food.
I said
I
months
heard
ago.
the
I said 2 months ago.
story.
I need you. You need me
You've
more
heard
than I
the
need
story
you.
1,000 times,
You
bro.
need a
You're
villain to your
asking me
superhero story.
You got
prima
Brooklyn on your
donna,
hat.
you
I'm sure
Barbie
you heard it
doll.
before.
Look at your face look like latex.
Where's the next question?
Stop letting a fat girl sit on your face.
Okay.
What's up?
You fucking salad toasting prick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, fat stepsister.
It's this fat fool here. That's about it. Thank you for your question. June 1st. June 1st. Let's get this one out of the way first.
Okay, guys.
And no, we're not in
wanna
a
keep
rush.
going?
Yeah, the people are here.
Okay.
Of course.
See, he the boss. He shut Eddie Heard himself quick. He shut Eddie Heard up. I go one more.
Hold on.
One
Look,
more.
we need, if we're going to do this, let's just have some silence where we hear the questions.
Well, because I'm coming to New York.
Are you looking past them?
Yeah,
Eddie Hearn is
because
his daddy.
I'm the
Eddie Hearn
champion.
is his
Of course it's
pimp.
gonna be centralized
He made
around
him.
me.
He's supposed to look good, bro. You gotta make him look good.
But look, I'll be deadly serious. Jarrell can't beat me. Not even on his best
I'm
day.
gonna beat
at my
him.
worst day.
Watch me beat him.
So that's-
Watch
that's
me beat
number
him. He
one.
ain't built like me. Watch me beat
And
him.
number two,
I'm gonna
in
knock him
terms of
so
promotion-
hard. I'm gonna knock them abs off so hard.
In
Watch.
terms of promotion, of course, I'm the champion. That's the way it's got to be.
More like
that's
a
how it's gone in
bitch.
history. That's how it's going to go today. And that's how it's going to go in 100 years. It's no different for me than it is for any champion. He's a challenger. Huh? Yeah, but he can't sell out. This is the first time he's headlining a show. I'm here. I'm the champion. I told you, I'm the landlord. I'm collecting rent.
He the landlord.
Don't
Look how he
forget.
sound. He's so amazing. He says it 5 times. Bro.
Anyway.
I'm the landlord.
So that's where it's coming from.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Down
the
here. Next
landlord.
question.
Correct.
You can see that. He can't sprint.
You know, I take my time going to your mom room, so we all good.
Which one is your mom, Jarrell? How you doing, Mom? You look beautiful. Thank you for coming
My
out to see me as well.
his girlfriend called me. He got small pecker.
Thank
I'm
you
just
so
saying.
much.
You gotta be
Okay,
careful.
Thank you for
Let's
coming out to
focus
see
on the
me.
questions. Yes, sweet science. Yes.
I'm sorry about your son as well. He can bring out the worst in someone.
Man,
you know?
he got my small pecker, ma. Small pecker. Be careful. Big
you say?
disappointment. You gotta check it out like this. Who the hell did AJ fight before he fought a title?
I fought for my title.
Nobody!
Brazil,
Nobody!
Klitschko,
He fought
unified
Dylan White.
division twice.
He fought Dylan White after he
Better
got
than your
smacked up in the
local
fight. He fought
champion.
Dylan White. Who he fought before for a title? Nobody.
had one
Charles
win
Martin
against
won the
Klitschko.
belt by a technicality, and he just offered as much money as possible to get Charles Martin, bait Charles Martin in, and Charles Martin just throw him the belt. Who did Deontay fight before he fought for a belt? Nobody. He fought a Stavern who beat the old, out of shape Chris Ariola. So you
Now,
talk
what
about a
have you
record
done?
before fighting for a
Tell them
title.
what you
I
done.
had the best record before these guys fought for a title.
Tell them what you
Period.
done.
Period.
Tell them what you
Period.
done.
He beat Klitschko 2 years out of the ring, and he
Tell
lost
them
his
what you
Tyson
done.
Fury with ring rust. Like, get out of here. Stop it, Fob.
Stop
I'm going to
talking
come
about
and
everyone
mash
else. Tell
him
them
up.
what you done, Jarrell.
You know what I mean?
Jarrell, tell him what you done, champ.
Huh?
Speak your talk. Tell them what you done as a champion.
Hamburger eating contest. Nathan Hot Dogs Brooklyn eating contest.
And this is the guy that's gonna beat me.
Tamales eating contest.
And this is the guy that's gonna beat me.
K1. Listen, man, we talk about shit. Think
Fake
about it.
bodybuilding.
Listen. Like I said before, ain't nothing was given to me. I had to. My path to this championship belt is unorthodox. Period.
The roaches.
Pitches, correct. You're right. He don't know what that is.
With the roaches.
So I'm trying to say he know what that is. He might look like one, but he don't know what that is. I'm trying to say, so, bro, you already know. You know my story, man. Y'all New York reporters, y'all know.
Yes, sir.
Finally. Of course, yeah.
Oh
you've got
yeah,
posters,
of
I'm on the
course. I know
screensaver.
what he. I study his
Listen to what
team.
this fool
I study
saying.
his team. What's his best friend
So
with
what's
the
the next
long?
question?
Yeah, I study everything he do. I know what he ate for breakfast. His prima donna best friend, his bum buddy with the long hair. I study him. I study all his whole squad. I study, bro. He's made a baby shit. He's made a baby shit. If you don't bow down to him and kiss his ass, he feels some kind of way. That's what it is. That's how he used to. I'm not gonna do it.
Next.
Yeah, Yeah, he beats Povetkin. What was on the juice? Got off juice. He's 39 years old. Okay, he beat Povetkin. At time, Vladimir Klitschko tweets out the ring, a little ring rust. Yeah, he done some stuff.
Ask him what
he's
he's
done. Some stuff. He's done some stuff. He's done some stuff. I'm not. We all know he's done some stuff, but he ain't beating me. And that's point blank. Period. And if any fighter gonna come up here and tell you and kiss his ass, they ain't about that life. I ain't come here. I'm not coming up here to and be no jive turkey Uncle Tom like him. I'm not playing the role. So, yes, I said I'm gonna bust his behind.
Couple more.
I don't see no 50 million. I don't see no 50 million. I'm going to cut you there because there weren't no 50 million. But get your facts straight. Don't put words in my mouth.
Don't put words in his mouth. Only penises.
Who? I ain't in his feelings.
I've got to come in and say something. Your questions are terrible. You asked me some questions over there. One, we never see the 50 minutes. Two, how can he be disrespected? He's giving him a world title shot in his backyard. Next question.
No, let him finish. Let him finish. Go on, finish. Go on, finish.
How could he feel disrespected? He's getting a world heavyweight title shot.
I told you I'm his landlord.
Listen, I'm more disrespected by that ugly ass Ben outside MSG.
Anyway. Nah,
because listen, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell this fight really came down and come down to what it was, and the reason why Dylan White fight didn't show up because he really wanted Dylan White first with easier money for his ass. You see what I'm trying to say?
Listen,
Dylan White wanted 5, he only pays 4, and then Dylan White said, "Listen, once I whoop your ass, I'm getting more points on the rematch. I'm 60-40 my way. Nah, even if you lose, I'm getting more money than you. How you gonna become the loser and the champ gonna get more less money than you? If Dylan White earned his win." In the next second fight, he got to take lion share. So come on, man. He want to run the show all the time. But like I said before, it's all right though. We gonna prove him wrong. You know what I mean? We're gonna rip that thong off his ass and put it on his forehead.
Break it here.
No.
Talk
about it. Talk about it.
Yeah, AJ want to keep talking. Look at him. Well, guess what? I'm out of here. He could kiss my black ass.
Little bitch. Walk off. Sit down. Sit down and talk. Sit down and talk.
Ain't none of your security guards
Shut up, man. Sit down and talk. Where you rushing to? I'm in your seat. Where you rushing to? Sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, June 1, the Unified Heavyweight Championship World. Round of applause, please. Madison Square Garden, live on Dazn, Sky Sports. Thank you for coming. The closing words from the champion.
I'm in no rush. If there's anything you guys want to ask me, I'm still here. Feel free.
Any questions for the champion?
What's that? With who? With who? Him? I'll be hands in the air, honest. I don't even know about no rematch clause. That's me being completely honest. Well, he's on Dazn. Big Baby's on Dazn. It made sense to come here. He's a New York fighter, Brooklyn born. MSG's in New York. You know, when you add things up, it's a good entry fight into the States.
I'll answer that as well. It was the preferred choice of the broadcasters and the venues as well.
Yeah. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Baby, as I said, he's like a parrot. You put Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier up here, talk the same shit anyway. He's just a parrot. I thought it would be smarter than that, but it just shows he's just a stupid, ignorant. I don't even want to use the word I'm going to use, but that's what he is. He's just stupid and ignorant.
Yes.
No. I could hype him up and talk a load of shit, but I'll keep it real. Miller can't punch. He ain't got that much of a good work rate. I've done my stats and facts. I throw more output punches than Miller. He's a PEDX user, an ex-kickboxer. He ain't done nothing as a fighter in the amateurs or as a professional, and he's coming up against a true fighter, so we'll see what happens, and that's why I don't think he can beat me on his worst day. There's no fairy tale story about what I do. The stats and facts show. I will beat Miller June 1st. I'm not here to kind of sell the fight and push and talk shit. It's just truth in plain sight. I'll beat Miller and knock him out. let me be honest with you. You look at all of them, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Lennox Lewis, Holyfield. They've all took losses, and they went on and became a legend. Me beating Miller may not make sense on June 1st, but it may make sense in 5 years. And if anything happens in my career that doesn't go to plan, it may not make sense now, but it will make sense in the future. And everything is part of building for that legacy. So without no rain, you can't appreciate the sun, and that's just how life goes. Without no day, you can't appreciate night, and that's just how it goes. So you just roll with the punches, right? Good and bad. So I've got enough bulletproof and armor around me to kind of weather any bad storm, and I'm just enjoying it while I do it, because what have I got, 10 years left? And I'll do my best to stay undefeated for sure, and that's my main focus.
Yes, sir.
I just know that it don't last forever. When I'm not here, we all gotta die one day. So when I finish, number one is to respect and appreciate the young heavyweights coming up and have no hatred in my heart for people breaking my records and achieving more than I did. And then number two is that just make sure that my nieces, nephews and son focus on their education, and I set them up to kind of be leaders and good role models in their community.
Right, let's have a good one. Hold on, let's have a good one. You're under pressure. You've moved from there to there so you can get a good question in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we've been trying to negotiate with Wilder now since I fought Takam in 2018. So these things have already taken a lot of time, and we've come close. We had the date booked, we had the offer in place. Like, I don't see no reason why these fights can't happen. As I said, broadcasters are mainly a platform, you know, to make our dreams come true. So my first dream was to fight Wilder in Wembley, and the broadcaster's job is to make that dream a reality. So if I want to fight Wilder or Fury, it's the broadcasters to come together and make this dream happen, because everyone benefits. I benefit, the broadcasters benefit. I've done a deal before where we've had HBO and Showtime and Sky work together, so we've done it before, and we could definitely do it again. Broadcasters won't hold this fight up. Nah, I just gave him a big paycheck, some cheeseburgers, and he was ready. He was there. He ain't got a brain, so it's easy to kind of get in his head. It was simple negotiation. Have I fought anyone that heavy? Not quite. Not quite that heavy. So being heavy don't really, being tall, being small, being heavy, being light, it don't really mean nothing really. It's just where your mind and your heart's at. Who's smartest and who's got the will to win. And that's what it comes down to. I think it's not so much the size of the dog, it's the bark in the dog. I think that's what's important in this fight. Shut the fuck up, man. Who's talking to this guy?
You be quiet. You can't fight. Stop it.
He's like a skinny big baby Miller. Who is he? Are you his family? Are you his family? Brother? Cousin? Oh, Padman. Okay. Anyway. Nah, if I was an American heavyweight, like, look, entertainment, Hollywood, music, boxing, you know, when you look to the heavyweights in the world, you always refer to like Jack Johnson's, Joe Louis, Marciano's, Dempsey's, Mike Tyson's. They're all American-based. So if I was an American heavyweight, I might have got a better looking. But, you know, I'm just fighting to have fun with it. I do what I do. I'm not here to kind of win a popularity contest. I'm just making waves while I can. I dedicate myself to the sport. I get stronger, I get smarter, and when I'm done with the sport, that's when you truly appreciate what someone was doing. At the minute, I don't expect to kind of be recognized as one of the greats. Look at Mayweather, he don't get the respect he deserves either. Andre Ward don't get the respect he deserves, but you can't do it for that. You're doing it for the wrong reason. You've got to do it for your own reasons. And I'm just true to what I do, and I'm enjoying it while I do it. That is my sole purpose. Yeah. Gleason's. Yeah.
Couple more, guys.
Probably the 7th round. Yeah, you can't go the second half of a fight. I don't know. Just give me time. I'll beat them all. I've done what they've been dreaming to do in half the time, quarter of the time. What's Wilder had 40 fights. Fury been professional for 11 years, had one good win against Klitschko, and now he's a boxing god. I've come up and fought everyone since my 16th fight in the space of 4 to 5 years. So I haven't really got to come out here and prove anything. Stats and facts show it. If you can't see it, then I can't preach to the blind. I am that I am, and I walk how I walk. So Miller's just someone else in my way. And once I beat Wilder next after him, if they can't respect it then there's nothing more I can do. I just carry on fighting for the passion and the love of it, really.
Right, this is the last question.
Do you know what it is, right? As a world champion, you fight anywhere. There's no problem with that. I've fought around the world as an amateur. I've fought some of the best in certain countries. But it's just that the UK market is a fantastic market. There's no denying it. You've got 100,000 fans. Fighters are looking for the biggest paychecks. They've got an opportunity to fight for all the championship belts in the world. Why wouldn't you want to come for that? Like certain American heavyweights now will be laughing at people saying, you know, when they used to talk about British fighters, they used to laugh at us and say, what British fighter? Go over there and get some UK money. I'll be over there next week. They didn't even have training camps. But now I'm having to pay them triple their biggest earners to come over. So it's not a situation where, oh, I've come over here. It's just that no one wanted to fight me over there. And it's like, cool, the next best place for me, instead of fighting in front of 100,000 people, is fighting at MSG, the best stadium in the world. So let's rock and roll. New York is the best place for me, and I'm ready to get popping. Canelo is one of my favorite fighters, and when I come to watch Canelo, I realize this arena is 10 out of 10. As I said, April 13th was the date to become undisputed champion, but that fell through. And then Jarrell Miller is the next option.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate your time.
It's cool, honestly. No, we're looking to have a good partnership with Dazn. We're looking to have a good partnership. Dazn are good. They're head of the game. They're in the streaming business. It's the new age technology. And if you're not going to do it, you're going to get left behind, I think. I think there's a way they can make it work. One broadcast it live, one broadcaster repeat. There's always ways to make it work around broadcasters, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't need to help him. I think he knows the business inside out as well. From Dazn's perspective, they want all the big fights on their platforms. They're also open-minded and know the landscape of boxing. They have Anthony Joshua under their roster. They want him to become the undisputed champion. We have a great relationship with ESPN and Top Rank. Like Anthony said, when he boxed Klitschko, the fight was aired on Showtime and HBO. It's about being creative. It's about money. First is June 1st at MSG, but I believe there's a way to make those fights happen, yes. Yes, we have a great relationship with ESPN, as do Dazn. Everything's in play. Yes.
I don't even know what pound for pound is. I'm just the heavyweight champion of the world at heavyweight. Honestly, I don't even really follow all that stuff, like pound for pound lists and all that. I just train hard and I fight and I live the life, really. What is it? What is the pound for pound list? How does it work? I'm not the most highly skilled fighter there is. You've got like people like Lomachenko and those guys that are more highly skilled than me. I'm strong, I'm fit, I'm determined. I fought the best in my division, bar 3 or 2 in the space of 4 years in 23 fights. I unified the division twice. You know, I got 4 of the major world titles, so I just handle my business and do what's right in front of me, and that's Jarrell Miller. No pound for pound nonsense, one fight at a time.
Guys, we have to actually clear this stage so that they can get another event in here. Anthony would have been all right. Guys, thank you so much for coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here this afternoon. Thank you, AJ, for staying and answering questions. Much appreciated. Don't forget, June 1st, Madison Square Garden for the Heavyweight Championship of the World, streamed live to the United States on Dazn, D-A-Z-N, Dazn, to the United Kingdom on Sky Sports Box Office, And it's all brought to you by Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing and Matchroom Boxing USA. Sponsored by William Hill, StubHub, and JD Sports. We'll see you all once again at the weigh-in before the big fight here at the Garden. And we'll see you on June 1st, 2019, Madison Square Garden, for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. Thank you, everybody.
Hell of a press conference. AJ, you know, you're one of the coolest dudes in boxing where you don't get out of character. It's the first time I saw you lose your cool a little bit because you hopped off the stage. What went through your mind at that moment? Like,
You wanted pad work from him, or what you was going?
I don't know who he was, but he's talking a lot. So I said, why don't you jump on the stage and fill in the space? If Baby Miller can't stand there and face off with me,
right,
the loud mouth in the crew, why don't you come up here and do it then? So I said, like, cool, I'll just come and step in your territory. But
It's nice how you threaten them real calm, though. It's cool, though.
I don't really like to talk too much, but I just think it's a sign of weakness, in my opinion.
Right.
When you're loud and what you can do and all that stuff. I already know what you're going to do before you even come next to me, so it gives me the upper hand anyway. So I don't know. I don't really try to talk too much.
Does it make it worse, like you would think, obviously you're training to win this fight, right? To win by knockout. But his antics, is it making it worse for him? Do you go in there with more, like, like really wanting to hurt him?
Yeah, because I can beat him easy, but now, like, I think I'll nearly murder him in there. So I think it's making it worse for him himself, yeah.
You said something about you going to be in Brooklyn. I don't know if that was a joke or what. What's up? You going to be training in Brooklyn or fighting in Brooklyn?
I've been Brooklyn already. It's not like, I'm not saying, I'm talking to him, like, that's where you're from. I'm saying, like, why don't you come and see me?
So he's being a little
I don't know everyone in Brooklyn.
So you like, yo, I'm on your block. Where you at?
Yeah. Miller, I'm on your block. Where you at?
Outside of Big Baby, though, New York is showing you a lot of love since you've been here.
Yeah. Brooklyn, that's what I'm saying. Brooklyn's cool. Where else? Harlem. Yeah.
Right. No doubt.
Where else?
No, that's about it. That's about it.
Right.
You said, no, that's about it.
The
Don't worry
Bronx,
about all
the Bronx,
that.
the
Don't worry
Bronx.
about all that. Don't worry about all that.
Brooklyn is the #1 borough.
What we got here? If this don't say Brooklyn, you're going to have a problem. Oh, shoot, okay. The Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan. I don't know what
New
that
York,
say.
New York,
oh, okay,
baby.
New York, no
Okay.
doubt.
So you can't
He come
you
repping.
came prepared. Listen, AJ, I'm not
repping.
sure. I'm pretty sure you're aware though, but the fighters broke records already in terms of revenue, and it's only tickets been on sale only since 12 noon. How do you feel about that?
I think that's unbelievable, because no matter how people say it, no matter how people talk about it, stats don't lie, and it's amazing because it's in MSG, the best stadium in the world. You have some unbelievable acts here, entertainers, sports stars, and no matter like how much anyone can say, I just think stats don't lie. Like we just broke records, and that will forever be in history.
And that's in history for a fight in this arena.
It's unbelievable. It's broken history records, and it's unbelievable. So yeah, I don't know. I would say something. Haters,
say it. No.
Haters, but I ain't gonna say it on
well, you know you can say with Akim Barak.
Yes,
but
yes,
what does that stat really say? Does the stat say that there's a whole bunch of Brits that bought early, or
it's not about a popularity contest, isn't it? That's why I don't like kind of going down that route. But it just shows there's a big interest in boxing, and especially like the heavyweights. So that's kind of where I keep it. So it's not so much like and it's testament to the hard work we do outside of boxing as well. Because believe you me, like as I said. To build boxing up. When I first started boxing, we went to the New York Stock Exchange. When I first started in 2008, there was a big financial crash in the world. So no one was investing into the sport, not into I'm not talking about myself, into boxing.
Right.
So like we worked tirelessly when I turned pro to kind of build boxing back up. And you can see now it's come to fruition. So it shows testament to the hard work into building that global mainstream audience.
So it wasn't hard for Eddie to convince you to come to New York and fight?
No, because no one like really wanted to fight. UK was popping, so I was like, I said, Eddie, where's the next best place? Like,
or that sits online on par with Wembley Stadium. And he was like, MSG. And I said, but who can you get? He goes, why don't you look at Big Baby Miller, New York born, Brooklyn fighter, loudmouth, got history. Yeah, I looked and I said, yeah, that's easy work.
So we get predictions from you. We got one for Povetkin. Can you predict the round?
I said round 7, but I think like round 4.
Round
5.
4.
He just made it worse and made it. It's going to be earlier.
It was going to be 7, but now it's 4.
I don't know. You see, it's tough. It's not easy. It's not. I'm not an idiot. Like when fighting, I'm not. I know exactly what I'm doing when I fight. So he's not up against some amateur.
Right.
He's up against a proper fighter.
Well, we saw that with Povetkin. We saw you had a game plan.
Yes.
That was just. It is what it is. I didn't even really have fun.
No?
I'm fresh right now. Povetkin had injuries. If you watch the documentary on my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and comment.
Little plug.
Yeah. So you ready to have some fun on June 1st?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be fresh. I've learned from a lot of my fights. I've been dropped. I got back up. I've been tired. I've fought champions. I've fought Olympic champions. I've beaten them all. I predicted knockouts. And now I feel like Jarrell Miller, he's just stepping into the lines then with a real one.
All right, well, we want to wish you good luck. I can't wait to see
I
the Garden
want to
that
know
night.
something, though. I want to know something.
Before he goes, go ahead.
I knew it was going to be a little hectic, you know what I'm saying, because that's how Brooklyn gets sometimes. But when he pushed you, what did you say to him afterwards? Because it looked like you kept your cool, kind of like Usyk. When Usyk got pushed.
Stand here. I said, like, what you standing over there for? I said, come stand here. Like, come face off.
Right.
Like, what you standing over there for? You push me and then you standing here. Like
why you messing up my money?
I just like stand here and come and face off with me. Then we done it again, and he's had to take off your glass and look me in the eye like a man.
Right.
And that's it.
I remember last time when Brazil kind of crossed that line and you felt disrespected.
I'm just tired, bro. I just been training, and it's just traveling. I had to travel 3 hours across London to go and do this press conference, and I was just tired and hungry.
Right.
The two worst things. So Brazil just kind of crossed me at the wrong time. That was all.
Right.
But listen, you throwing kisses at mothers now. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty. I don't know how he was born. I don't know.
Do you think he's turning you into a bit of a trash talker?
I don't know where, but she's pretty. But I don't know how the fuck. Like wow.
All right, so you got to get out of here and do a bunch of press. We look forward to seeing you on June 1st, man. See you. All right, so
there you have
obviously,
it.
He's not that upset. You know, he lost his cool for a second, but he says it's going to be worse for Big Baby, Barack.
I mean, he went from 7th round to 4th round. But the proof is in the pudding. He's going to have to prove it this, June 1st.
Right.
You know, he always comes in shape. That's a given.
Right.
You know, but he has somebody who's a little bit more trickier. Maybe he doesn't have that much head movements, but he throws a lot of punches, and he has to deal with a guy who's 300 and something pounds putting that weight on you.
Right. No, and people are, obviously he's the favorite, but let's be honest, outside of the other heavyweights, this guy's the next biggest test for him. So he's fighting in the Garden. I mean, it's broke records already as far as in terms of revenue, but he's fighting a real live dog that hasn't been beaten yet.
Right.
So let's calm down when people are saying this is going to be an easy fight. You know what I mean? This is a real fight.
No, Miller is a tested, proven heavyweight. And just size alone, is a different factor than anybody. Like a lot of guys already asked him, have you ever faced anybody that's 300 pounds or better? And he said no. Right. So that's going to be the difference in this fight already.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that Big Baby, this is a big moment for him. He has that aura of being a trash talker, really being aggressive. I think he might have took it a little too far today, kind of disrupted the press conference.
Well, that's why he won our award in the Sweet Scientist, the Trash Talker of the Year.
Trash Talker of the Year, right.
But he usually backs it up, and this one's going to be a tough task for him to back it up.
Well, people didn't know that. They're supposed to know tomorrow when the award show drops. So you spilled the beans on one of the awards.
Live.
But nevertheless, man, I'm excited, especially finding out that the fight is selling tickets like that, and that these two dudes don't like each other. So that means we're going to have a heavyweight fight and two heavyweights that actually want to knock each other out.
Right, but what do you think about the tickets being sold so quickly? Do you think that's the Brits, or do you think that, after all, he is an American star? We just didn't know.
Well, absolutely. I think the Brits are quicker to spend a little bit more money. I think the airlines are making a ton of money on June, and I believe a lot of those sales come from the Brits, but also there are a lot of fight fans here in the United States that really love Anthony Joshua, and those people bought tickets as well.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that, but I also think that he is a star. He is a bigger star than probably we let on.
Right.
I think that just like I think really it was the beef between him and Wilder that kind of went viral on social media, and that's what kind of makes guys stars nowadays, social media.
No, I agree with you totally. And look, the ladies love him. So you already know.
You're always a star when you're pretty.
Listen, the history shows us, you know, the Oscar de la Hoyas of the world, those type of guys. Look at the young Ryan Garcia. When the ladies are following you, you become a star. And honestly, all the women in my life, except my lady, of course, they love Anthony Joshua, and they don't watch boxing. So that's a good sign, I think, with some of the, if he does start to do a lot of press here in the United States for a lot of top shows, I think people are going to fall in love with Joshua.
Well, there was one special lady today who loves Joshua, and that was Big Baby's mother, you know. he blew a kiss at her, and even Jarrell said, yeah, she likes you. Go ahead, go over there.
That was a little chuckle there amongst the press conference, but that was a shot thrown in a nice, strategic, calm way, you know, blowing a kiss at your mother. You know, anybody be offended by that.
But Jarrell took it cool, though.
No,
he took it cool. He was like, yeah, she likes you. You know, you're cute.
I kind of like that that Jarrell's bringing that side out of Anthony, where he's getting upset, being aggressive. I'm not saying I want to see a fight outside of the ring, but he's hopping off the stage to be aggressive, and people like that, especially here in America.
That Brooklyn mentality to bring it out of you, man, and I think so too. Some people might say that Jarrell went a little too far. I say, hey, he's selling tickets. I say, listen to his testimony, coming from where the roaches and the rats and, you know, and they were dirt poor, not only living in Brooklyn but also in Belize.
But
this is a big testimony for him.
Well, it was a long testimony as well in the press conference. It took about a half hour before we got to hear from AJ, but I guess this was his moment to do that. This was his time, so you can't be upset at him. He wanted to express himself. This is a big moment in his life, in his boxing career. So we're here live, and I want to thank you guys for watching today, this fight. Don't forget to tune in June 1st, Anthony Joshua versus Big Baby Miller, Jarrell Miller. Thank you.
Done. That was a lot of pressure, man. Really, though, for real. That was no joke. It was just crazy. I remember, like, it was just us for like an hour, and then I looked to my left, like everybody is just surrounding us. That was crazy. That was insane.
I don't know why
they told me to, but they told me to adjust it.
Yeah.
He told me if something needs to get louder to just do it a little bit. So the other guy told me,
no, they never touched it.
that is my career as a PA. Somebody tells me to do something, and then I meet the same guy who tells me to do it exactly different. Audio guys particularly. I was just, how am I supposed to know? That was like an intense situation.
I don't do it. I hate audio.
I mean, I'm fine with doing it. I just like... I got a great photo. Yeah. Oh, that is really good. I got it right. Got a good vantage point. And then I got you doing your thing.
That's awesome. Well.